Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is not an illusion. We're all actually here. High five each other.
The real world,
This is
baby.
the real world. Get it, boom, boom. We got all kinds of things. We're about to have some fun. Let's let everyone sort of get dialed in, get comfortable, but be ready. We're gonna do something really unique and really fresh today. And it will be so sweet, so sweet. So get comfortable. Let us know, as always, where you're checking in from, and Nicole will let us know, or you might have it here.
I got it set up right here, guys.
All right, let's
Show
go.
us that you know how to use chat.
That's right.
We are
Yes.
coming to you live out of,
Let's
I
do
mean,
Baltimore.
I think Baltimore.
Yeah, I think Baltimore's the way to go. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, Portland, Brett Palmer, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
It was good seeing you in Vegas last week. We got Tampa, we got
Back
Minnesota,
in Tampa.
back in Tampa, Springfield, Missouri, Georgia, Sacramento,
Oh, look
California.
at this.
More
Nice.
PDX representing the Pacific
Okay.
Northwest, Sonoma County. I love
Green
Sonoma
Bay.
I
County.
love Sonoma County,
Yeah,
Let's go.
I love
Packers.
Healdsburg,
Go Packers.
Sebastopol,
the square in Hilton.
Bowling
Ro-
Green, Kentucky.
Raleigh. Is that where
Raleigh.
you're north? You're north.
Charlotte,
Charlotte.
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 got some Raleigh.
We got Vancouver.
Come on,
Represent.
guys, come
We'll
on.
give it another
Colorado
60 seconds.
Springs.
Oh, there you go. My home.
LaGrange,
Near my hometown
Kentucky.
now.
We got anybody from Alaska? Anybody
Oh.
from
God,
Hawaii?
we're just missing like 2 states.
We need
Yeah.
Maine. Like we
Yeah.
gotta get all four
Mississippi.
corners.
Yeah, do we have
Temecula.
Wyoming?
Go southeast.
Yeah.
Albuquerque. I knew I should have
So
taken
we-
that left turning up.
Yeah, I think it's slowing down just a little bit, Alex. I don't know if you want
Yeah.
to get it rocking or not.
Yeah, I
but
say 30 seconds, let everyone sort of get comfortable.
Council Bluff, I've never heard that one.
What is it called?
Council Bluff,
Council
Indiana.
Bluffs. So while you guys are checking in, how are we able to be here for you guys live together right here, the three of us? We just spent 2 days together, bringing together Sales Boomerang and Mortgage Coach for the first time. We brought our teams together, and Catherine joined us, and had so much value to add. And so that's how we've been able to make this happen. And because we're together, we decided to do something unique, something different, something special in this sweetest, bringing the sweetest conversions back and putting them back on the menu. So we have a really cool way of presenting content around conversion today. It's going to be super fun. And if you all like it, this will not be the last time we do it this way. And so let's get started. I'll introduce myself. And hey, I don't know if you guys can hear this in my voice, but we had a really good time yesterday. The proof is in the voice.
Yes.
So I'm Alex Petition, co-founder, CEO here at Sales Boomerang.
I am Dave Savage, CEO, co-founder of Mortgage Coach.
I am Catherine Campbell. I'm the Chief Digital Officer of Assurance Financial.
And so we're about to present to you the sweetest, how to bring the sweet conversions back, and how to get stability, and how to get moving forward, and how to get past some of these challenges. And we're going to use props to demonstrate. So maybe that will help you sink your teeth. Look at that. Sink your teeth into the solutions. All right. And look, interactive as always. Ask questions, put things in chat. We'll probably pause and be like, hey, let us get some feedback. You guys have been super active. I mean, wow, look at the activity that we're seeing here from everyone. This is fantastic. And that's exactly what we're looking for. All right. So Dave, did you want to?
I'll go first, guys. So what we're gonna do is we've got a bag of candy bars or candy. We got candies over here.
Yeah.
We don't know which one we're gonna pull out. We're gonna pull it out and then we're just gonna riff connecting a candy bar to a strategy to optimize conversion.
Yeah.
So before I do that, I just want to remind everyone watching this, guys, conversion has never been more important. Every lead, every loan, every basis point matters more than ever in this marketplace. So I'm going to use as my inspiration for, different lead conversion strategies, the Mortgage Coach lead conversion playbook. It's been the most viewed LinkedIn article I've ever written. I wrote it back in 2020. I'll put a link to that in there, but I'm rewriting it right now. So it's live in our blog. We'll put a link to that to you in a minute, but I'm going to start with that. And so I did start with the sweetest thing.
Yeah, I'll bring it. Let me get it closer.
Yeah, get it closer. Let's make sure you guys see it.
All right. You can see it matches the shirt, but it is the sweetest combination in the industry right here. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. Hopefully you heard that because I wasn't talking right now.
So Mortgage Coach, the Sales Boomerang coming together under one umbrella creates the sweetest combination. It does that because it's data and it's presentation. So I'm going to start with my very first strategy of, if you're in consumer direct and you're watching this, it starts with speed to lead. Like whoever gets there faster has a distinct advantage. However, most of you watching this right now, you're in distributed retail, you're local referral-based professionals, or you manage local referral-based professionals. So you know what? How that lead comes to you matters most. So if you're getting business from realtors, training your realtors that when they refer that to you, what they say, how they say it, it matters. You know, speed to lead matters, but you know, if it's the realtor, it's like, oh, I've got a lender and here's 3 business cards, you know, give them a call. That's not good. Even if it's like one, you know, they're just giving you, but they don't put the right words in front of it. They don't put the right scripts in front of it, or they don't do an email introduction and do it right. You're not going to have the sweetest conversion. You might have conversion, but you're not going to have the sweetest conversion. So guys, that matters more than anything. Check out the playbook. When I'm not talking in a minute, I'm going to put a link in here, and do know that we're updating that right now. You know, I'm going to consult with you.
Yes.
We will have that even better soon. So you're up.
I'm up. Let's pick a candy. Who doesn't
Here we
love
go.
candy, huh?
Here we go.
Okay, what do we have here? Gummy bears.
We have gummy bears. All right. What do we have some thoughts about gummy bears? What are
Put
some
these on the table.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, after we're done with them?
Yeah,
Put them on
just
the table?
put them on the table.
Let's say they're sticky. Gummy bears are sticky, and you need to be sticky with your client.
Yes.
How about that? How do you be sticky with your client? Because I'm going to just piggyback off of what Dave just said. Speed to lead from consumer direct, that's an obvious one, right? You go on a lending tree or one of the avenues that you're receiving leads from, and you're quickly trying to obviously compete with everybody else that may be given that lead. But even if the realtor is giving the 3 cards, right? The old way, here's the 3 cards. That person is likely going online to find you. They want to learn a little bit about you first. And so your reviews, your presence, your web pages tells them a lot about you, and they may very well come to you through one of those sources. You know, click here to apply on your page or something. That speed to lead is no less critical. So, you know, being quick, being sticky with them right from the beginning and staying with them, I think is the guy.
I love the way you just put that together, being sticky, because stickiness isn't about speed, right? Getting there is great, but being memorable, right? How do you become memorable? And I believe part of being memorable is being novel as well, right? How do you come at this approach? And when you're on with a borrower, you're not talking about rates. You're not talking about price. You're asking, by the way, write this down. If you're in the production team, this is your very first question. Why do you want to do a loan? Why? Right? You want to be sticky? You ask that question. I promise you, most people have never heard that question before. Most people have heard, oh, let's take an application and see what you qualify for. But it's not about what you're trying to accomplish. It's why you're trying to accomplish it. And if you want to be sticky and sweet at the same time, and you want to show that you care, you don't get right into the application. You get into building a relationship, and you can't build a relationship without asking why, period, right? There's a smart guy by the name of Simon Sinek that said, I believe, start with why. So let's start with why and make yourself sticky. All right, here we go. Next.
Oh, good and planning.
You want good planning?
I don't know. What do we have for good and planning?
Well, I'm going to do good planning.
Okay.
Oh,
I got
go
good
for it. You got it.
Okay, so guys, good and planning. So here is a principle of optimized sweetest conversion in 2022 and beyond. The loan officer with the most digital friends wins. Now, what does that mean to have a digital friend? First of all, it starts with getting that friend in your CRM. It matters what type of technology is powering your CRM. Is it a SalesBoomerang powered CRM? So that once that digital friend is in your CRM, you're able to anticipate the needs of the consumer? Absolutely. Is it in a CRM that can multi-channel communicate? It can email, it can text. Are you using text video? Are you giving a link to a family? So guys, do you have a lot of digital friends? Again, having the most friends isn't how you optimize conversion in today's world, because big data matters, multi-channel communication matters, digital. So that is just a principle of conversion in this modern world that we live in. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Jessica?
I'm just going to add 4 million people a year right now are flocking to digital banking only. So the Chimes of the world,
4 million.
4 million a year. They're at 25 million in just this country, guys.
Oh my
So think about
goodness.
how many adults even use a banking system. So this is what people prefer, a digital experience.
Yeah. Well,
A digital friend.
And the other thing I would say again, and guys, the reason we're using these props is we're hoping this sticks, right? You'll think about what was that thing they said that was really important, and you'll be like, oh, they were talking about good and plenty. The other way I look at good and plenty is you need good customers, good digital friends, good relationships, but you need plenty of them too. Okay, so make sure they're good and you have enough of them. And when you are building a database, a customer base of good digital friends, and you have enough of them, you're never going to be without an opportunity. Okay, you have to be able to have access to enough folks to speak to. And so, boom, good and plenty. How are we liking this so far? Hit us up in chat if you guys are liking this process of us just picking candy out and talking about what it means for you in the industry. Hit us up, give us some thumbs up, some love, some hearts.
And also give us some questions. Like we've
Yeah.
got some ideas to share. We actually don't know
Oh, we got
what
some hearts.
we like that heart.
There
We
you go.
like hearts.
I
We
love
like hearts.
it.
Keep them
So
coming.
yeah, thank you.
See,
Thank
there
you.
it is. Ah,
And
there
give
we go.
us questions, give us suggestions, give us takeaways.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go. What do we
So
got?
I love that you just brought up the database,
Oh.
because what do you need to have a really good, efficient
Oh, my
database?
goodness.
You need some nerds on
Need
your
some
team,
nerds.
right? You
Yes.
definitely need some
Nerds.
technical
Data
nerds on your
science
team.
nerds, technology nerds, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can always appreciate the fact that you guys are sticky. You are calling your clients regularly, particularly in very critical points of the transaction, like pre-approval, let's say, while they're looking for a home. But there is nothing like the opportunity to have very good and accurate and custom journeys where the automation is helping you, right? So if you are accurately inputting everything you know about that client into a good CRM and database solution, then marketers like us should be able to help you with the lift and the contact to get back to being sticky with them and regularly in front of them.
Yeah.
Love the nerds in my
Love the nerds.
Love the nerds.
This is, and you are like the best at putting together nerds and bringing it to life and investing in technology. You guys are one of the most sophisticated platforms there is.
Yeah.
But you all need to invest in this, either internal or find amazing partners that have invested in a bunch of amazing nerds to work with them. We love it, right? This is the sweetness of that. And it's important because you have to be able to make connections. Your initiatives have to be driven, and you need to be and driven automatically, right? This is why you need this. You need to be analyzing something new and positive and transformative for your business, not on an annual basis, on a daily basis. If you don't have someone thinking about this every single day, right? Dave, I repeat your statement so often. Technology is not going to replace loan officers. Loan officers using technology are going to replace loan officers not using technology. You need some of this if you're going to be able to be that competitive and that advanced moving forward.
So I want to say this in another way.
Yeah.
So I've interviewed not just hundreds, but thousands of America's most successful loan officers. And every time I interview them, I'm kind of in my own head, I'm playing this game. Is this loan officer more art or more science? And there's some, there's some introverts that are full on nerds that they got the science, they tech, they use social media. But you know what? The best ones, they also have the art. There's a good balance between that nerd science and that art. Now, most loan officers are extroverts and they got the art down. But I find so often that what holds them back from their peak success is they're not enough nerd in them. So you either need to have that balance of art and science, or you need to build a team. And you need to execute on that, because the future of lending is the balance of art and science. And the balance of, hey, your art, it's your personality, it's your communication skills, it's your empathy, it's your IQ. That's all your art. And the science, it is your tech stack. It is the systems of the process that you consistently execute on. So think about that dichotomy, and I would push everybody to do a little audit. Am I more art? Am I more science? We have a natural aptitude, but then think about, okay, what experience am I giving to the consumer? Because the consumer wants that perfect blend. They want that perfect blend of art and science.
And
Yes.
don't feel like you have to be all of those things. Get an LOA that balances that side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, just make sure that the tools are speaking for you if you're more on the art side.
Yes.
Completely agree.
And if you don't have balance, guys, you're going to lose market share to teams and professionals that have that balance.
So let's do a quick recap, right? We started with the sweetest combination. We're talking about conversion. Do you have a platform that tells you which customer to talk to, why to talk to them, and then how to educate them on making the best decision? By the way, let me tell you something. Education is one of the fastest ways to get a decision quickly. If you have somebody on the fence, it's because they're not educated. They don't feel confident enough to make a decision. So you need data, information to tell you who to talk to and what to talk to them about. And then you need education to get them there. Conversion. Sticky. You got to be sticky. You got to go beyond just being able to contact people or have people in it. You need to be sticky. You need people to want to work with you, to remember you, to have a great experience. You need good digital friends, and you need plenty of them in your database, right? Where you can reach them. Then you can be informed on them, right? And then you need technology. You need to think art and science. All right, let's keep going.
Well, I want to make sure we give a little love
Yeah.
to the group. So
Yeah,
first of
let's
all,
do it.
Nicole said, this is so fun. Agreed. We're
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
Jeff said, when you talk about digital friends, are you referring to both clients
Ooh,
or realtors
love
or
it.
both? We're talking about both. And we can, as we get into let's just say the last part of this,
Yeah.
we'll call out some realtor strategies.
Oh, yeah.
Like I talked about, if you're getting business from realtors, you need to make sure you're training them. And then Dylan, I love this, a mix of heart and stats, sweet and salty. Love that. So let's keep it going. So what do we got?
It's a good time to talk about your
Ooh.
realtors to talk
Oh,
about
that's
the
it.
three
Three
musketeers.
Oh, I love
Your
it.
LO, your borrower, your realtor,
Yeah.
you're the three musketeers in this
Yes.
transaction.
Love it.
Would love to hear about some of those
So,
realtor tips. and
Here's how
tricks.
I'm gonna play the Three Musketeers though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it with, it has never been more important. And this is something where I think loan officers have gotten sloppy. Let's face it, for the past 2 years, loans of, if we were fishermen, the fish would just jump into the boat.
Just jump
Jump into the boat. And all we've been doing is like, hey, how do we get them from the boat to the kitchen table? Like we've been, how do we, guys, we gotta catch the fish.
Yeah.
We gotta have great bait.
Right.
And so to me, the Three Musketeers is hope, dreams, and goals.
Oh, wow.
Like, do you know the hopes, dreams, and goals of every client you have?
Right.
Because it's never been more important that you're understanding that what do people want emotionally and what do people want logically? Like the home is lifestyle, but the home is also a wealth building asset. So guys, think about, are you connecting with every client? And I know that's a total deviation. but
I
that's how-
love
this.
that's
So,
how it's like in my
yes.
head- That's how my head works.
No, I
Yeah.
completely agree. In fact, someone who ran Microsoft for the US just spoke recently to a large group of people, and she said, it used to be IQ. Like if you think of really that baby boomer generation, it was all about where you got your master's from and
Yeah.
what your title is and your IQ. And today the borrower is looking for EQ.
Yeah.
And so I think
Yes.
that emotional quotient, that emotional intelligence is much heavier, keeps you way stickier
Yeah.
than just saying, I know every single thing about loan guidelines.
Yes.
They don't want to know. They're going to believe you know loan guidelines. They want to know if you know them.
Yes.
So I think that's a great point.
That's just, but I will go back to your original point, Catherine. I think there's two ways to look at the Three Musketeers. I think it is their agent, the lender, and the borrower. That is the combination, and you all need to be working that way. This is delicious. If you've ever had a Three Musketeers, it's delicious. You want your relationships to be delicious. That triangle, the triad of the agent, the loan officer, or mortgage advisor, and the borrower. You want that to be the sweetest possible relationship, and you want the borrower to know that you two work well together.
Right.
That this isn't a necessary evil, but you've chosen to build this relationship. You work off each other, you support each other. You want that relationship to be sweet. So if I were you, I would buy a bunch of Three Musketeers, and anytime you talk to a borrower,
Great idea.
you say, hey, you're joining you're part of this now, right? You're part of the agent, you're part of us. Here's Three Musketeers. Make that part of your brand, and let the consumer, the borrower, know that this is a worthwhile investment into this triad, and not, oh, I got to work with you because I have to. I got to work with you because I have to. No, make this part of your strategy. How awesome would it be as a borrower? You get a box of Three Musketeers and say, hey, you are you're part of this relationship. Now. You're a part of this.
I love that
So,
idea.
Yeah, and that'd
It's a
be so
great
cool.
idea.
Catherine is doing it tomorrow, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah,
I don't miss out on good ideas.
Yeah,
I hearing the two of you talk,
yeah.
thinking about the principles of conversion, thinking about the, the cornerstones of success of this market. I'm gonna do another strategy.
Oh, here we go.
So here's another 3 musketeer strategy. And I'm actually gonna show something on my screen right now, guys.
Nice.
Because here's what I also want to push you guys to. Capture the wealth team.
Yeah.
So the 3 musketeers could be every single client you meet with. Obviously, that's the client. I like the realtor play.
Yeah.
And then the CPA, the financial planner. How can you turn
Ooh, I love it.
every client into multiple referral sources that you're investing in? Sorry,
Ooh, water?
water. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So by the way, as he said, we had a lot of fun last night.
Yeah. yes.
Or actually for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
I
That's
have never
right.
talked to so many people and
Yeah.
it's so much
It's an
energy.
so much
incredible,
love.
incredible time.
So think of the 3 musketeers as just a metaphor to remind captain of the wealth team
Yes.
and how are you executing? Are you only getting business from realtors?
Yeah.
Every time you meet with a consumer, are you finding out who their CPA, who their financial, you're trying to turn it into 3 different partnerships.
Yes, I love that. I love that. That was amazing. 3 musketeers now means something very different to everyone on this call.
Yeah, well, it could
In a-
be
in a
multiple
good-
things to
Yeah, in a
you.
good way. Yeah, in a good way. Like,
By
you
the
should
way,
be looking at that.
Not to overplay the 3 musketeers, but we could also think of 3 musketeers this way, guys. Every loan you close today that starts with a
Oh.
5, guys, it's multiple loans. It's gonna
Yes.
be when rates go down to 4, and they will go down to 4 again.
Yeah.
Question is it next year? Is it the following year? And then they're gonna go down to something that starts with a 3. So think of every loan you're closing as a 3 musketeer.
Yeah.
That is a
Right.
good one
Yeah.
too.
I love it.
Yeah, we could go on
We could
forever.
do a
I'm
whole
loving
thing
this.
about just this.
Absolutely, I
Yeah.
love this.
Yeah.
So it's good for the LOs too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just loving the candy. I love candy, so I
Yeah.
want to get there. Okay. Sour Patch, Sour Patch.
Kids.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
would be the face you make
Ooh.
if you did not answer your sales boomerang alerts. Don't you think? Let's talk about
Let's
that.
talk about
How do you
that.
feel
I-
when you found out there was a loan that went to, let's particularly like a digital lender or
Yeah.
something like that,
Come on, you
right?
get it, you make a Sour Patch
You would
face.
you'd have a pack of Sour Patch.
You just be sour.
You'd just be sour.
It's so funny that you bring this up. So yesterday we were out and one of our clients who's locally based here in Baltimore also came out with us. And he was telling me that I'm pretty sure, right now, recruitment and retention of your team is key in this environment, right? And you want to retain the best talent, you want to recruit the best talent right now. Well, this he had lost a few people from his team, and notoriously over time in general, what's been happening is he said that his orphan deals are typically very difficult to do and have any success with, until of course they turned on SalesBoomerang. And he was telling me yesterday, he's like, Alex, I cannot tell you how much business we're winning today from those people. And we tell them, hey, stay here. We're investing in tech. We're going to make a difference. How many people they've won? He said they had one deal that they won for almost $1 million from a notification from an orphan record. He said, that pays for his branch's SalesBoomerang for the year. That one deal pays for his branches for the entire year. And so, who's making a sour face? That loan officer, that group that decided to leave and try to get on their own. So if you are part of a team that has great investment in technology, that is investing in your future, that's why all that technology is going in there. Don't make a sour face, right? When you get a SalesBoomerang notification, or if you go somewhere that doesn't have SalesBoomerang, you better make a sour face and make sure they get SalesBoomerang so that you don't miss all of the events that are happening, especially in this environment. Remember, every deal is 3 deals, every deal, right? So you will triple your volume. So don't get scared about what's happening right now. Lean in, invest in ways to get all of those people to come back.
So guys, I could literally go for an hour on this little one, but I'm gonna play. I get 2 ideas on this one. That's okay with you guys.
Absolutely.
So one, I'm thinking back on an interview I did with a loan officer who, a doctor client, went to a big bank, got, hey, what's the best rate you can get? They gave him, here's your rate, here's your payment, here's your cash flows, went to a mortgage coach. And that mortgage coach showed him how to restructure his debt in a way that literally was going to increase his net worth by millions of dollars. So you know what? what do you think the face of that big bank loan officer looked like? Sour face, lost business.
Yes.
But here's where I wanted to first go with this is, yes, I am Mr. Mortgage Coach, but if you want to have a digital friend, if you want to have a digital friend for life, you need to deliver a total cost analysis. So all I can tell you is every time you're meeting with a client, you don't know their hopes, dreams, and goals, and you're not giving them a Mortgage Coach total cost analysis, showing them how to achieve that goal, I have a sour face, because you know what? You are losing loans. Yeah, you should have a sour face because you are not delivering the optimized experience. And out of the thousands of loan officers that I've interviewed over the years, the biggest difference between people that are killing it and people that are struggling is consistent best practices.
Yes.
The best of the best consistently. They have best practices.
Yes.
And they consistently execute those on every single client, every single time.
I'll tell you who else has sour face. When a borrower gets a black and white piece of paper that says, this is your loan option now, and the person's like, I don't even know what this means. What does this mean for me 15 years from now? How will I remember what you're about to tell me? You mean this is my experience of working with you? I have to try to figure out this form, this document, trying to make this very emotional decision right now. Sour face. Digital presentations is where it's at. Don't make your borrowers have a sour face, right? Don't let them eat this. Give them a presentation that actually educates them and shows them, what does this look like over time? That's one of my favorite things when I look at a total cost analysis, a digital presentation. It's not just the loan options. It's like, this loan option will look like this over time. Right now, it may look amazing, but look at what it looks like compared to this one that is much more valuable for you over time. Oh, what's your horizon? Why are you doing a loan? Get sticky, right? And so don't make your borrowers sour, right? Give them an experience that they need, and then make sure that you're there for them for every other next experience.
I think technically too, we are starting to look at all of these capabilities. They're becoming expectations of the borrower. So it's no longer, should I do this additional service? Should I pay for this additional, way to deliver quotes? It is a disservice to not, because it's not only how the borrower prefers to receive that data, it makes it come alive for them. The options are more obvious for them. And those of us on the tech side are starting to recognize we need to have a reason for you to come back to us more than just when you need a loan every 4 or 5 years, right? So we are starting to build a client center. I mean, I'm sure many people are starting to look at this. We're transitioning everything into Salesforce, building our own APIs through MuleSoft, where we can actually control all of the data from every tool and transfer that data any way we want. A client center is a really ideal place to house those TCAs, to house even SalesBoomerang data. Did you know that your debt has increased and you might be up for a cash out refinance? We could actually take that trigger alert and let them know that they may not be aware their credit improved, whatever it may be. So I think that taking this actionable thing, instead of just sending it out, texting it out, emailing it out, house it somewhere where they can return to it, give them a reason to come back to you.
100%.
So guys, I don't know about you, but I'm having a ball. This is so much
so
fun.
sweet.
I think we might
So
always have to
sweet.
do these candy.
Yeah,
games.
isn't that great?
So I could go forever.
You got another one? Okay, go ahead.
Well, I want to make sure we give the love. When you guys ask us a question, I'm going to read it.
Oh, good.
So we got all kinds of questions, but I do like this one from Matt Morrell. Thank you for, you can put it in chat, you can put it in questions, put it wherever you want. But he said, will you have an option for a retail branch to sign up for, I think you're saying not enterprise only.
Right.
So here's the deal. It's on the roadmap. We've been talking about it.
That's
Our product
exactly
team is working on it. We are gonna start a beta. So like if you are a branch or you a loan officer and you want to have Mortgage Coach plus SalesBoomerang and you're enterprise, you work for a company that doesn't have an enterprise solution, we will have a solution for you. Right now, email me at dave@mortgagecoach.com. and we'll start building this list up.
Yeah.
Now, within a week or two, we're going to have an online sign up page so you can get on the waiting list.
Yep.
And part of what we're trying to determine is just like how many people want this so we can prioritize it.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. We're going to do it. The question is, are we going to do it really fast? Or are we gonna like, oh, let's start working on that in Q3? So a lot of that's gonna be determined on your interest level. So if you work for a company that doesn't have Boomerang, David Mortgage Coach, let us know. We want to find out how important that is to you. More candy.
More candy.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, 100 grand.
I have a lot of thoughts on this. You start and then I'll catch up.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to start.
No.
Well, I think you start,
You want me to
because I
start?
mean, I'm probably going to say exactly everything about SalesBoomerang,
All right.
how we as a company, save about 100 grand a week just
Yeah.
from calling you guys. So yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
Wow.
And
said.
we're done with 100 grand. I think about 100 grand, and we talked about this earlier because there's another candy bar in there. It's called Payday. To me, 100 grand is how you value yourself, how you value. It's positioning yourself for extreme success, purposeful success, and not, again, if we had them together, I would say paydays like I get paid and see what happens tomorrow. No, when you go for the 100 grand, when you're like, hey, this is going to be me. I'm going to be a 6-figure earner. I'm not just thinking about today, right? I'm not just thinking about one day. I'm thinking about how do I build my future in this industry? How do I help people? How do I build a business around mortgage and around helping people? I think about 100 grand.
And I like that it has a number on it, because you're exactly right. You need to have particular goals. You have to know what you're actually stretching for. What are you
Yes.
working for? What is the outcome of this? It's great to take all of these, tips and tricks and put them into place. But if you don't have an exact number that you are going for and understand
Yes.
exact potential loss of business and exact potential gain of business, you really, you're not going to get there. You have to have a number to reach.
Yeah, a goal is fantastic. It's so funny because literally I flew into Maryland on Monday and I had spent the night at my parents' house, and I was having dinner with my mom, and my mom tells me, we're talking about manifestation. And so she's like, when she started one of her first businesses, she's like, I wanna own a Mercedes one day. And she put on her computer screen a picture of a Mercedes and she let it go. But every time she opened her computer, she saw that. And guess what? She one day did buy a Mercedes, which she hated, by the way. But
It lived in the shop.
yeah,
That's
exactly
right.
right. That's exactly right. It lives in the shop.
It's a Mercedes.
Yeah. And so, but my point is exactly what you're saying. If you don't have a goal,
Yeah.
if you're shooting from the hip, if you're just like, all right, well, whatever happens, I'll just do the loans that come in front. You're not listening either, right? When you set a goal and you want to manifest that goal, you're listening differently. Okay. You're hearing people differently. And so I love that you set that as a goal too. Make this a goal, make this a part of your goal.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go a few different directions with this. One person asked me to show this slide again, so I am gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it in the context of this.
Ah, nice.
Guys, if you want to multiply your income, you've got to multiply your referral partners.
Yes.
So this is an important strategic paradigm for local referral-based professionals. Realtors are the alpha real partner, but if you are not strategic with CPAs, financial planners, with the wealth team, you're leaving $1,000, $10,000 bars on the ground.
Yeah.
Like every conversation matters, guys. Every lead, every loan, every basis point matters. And if you're not multiplying that by thinking about, I'm talking to a family and, oh, you don't have your tax returns? Hey, give me your CPAs, email, introduce me. I'll take care of it. I'll make it easy for you. When you ask them, hey, what's your average return on investment? And they go, oh, they hesitate. Oh, connect me with your financial planner. If you're not integrating the wealth team into every conversation, you're leaving a lot of $1,000 bars on the ground.
Yeah.
Here's another one, guys. So guys, this is the playbook. I put a link to it. Check it out. We're going to be updating it. Remember, I wrote this in 2020. It will be updated within a week or so. But here's a really important one, guys. Number 4 in the strategies. Make a client for life promise at the point of sale.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal, guys. Most loan officers, they're just interested in closing that loan, getting the client to give them their social security number, and they're not thinking about the next transaction.
Yes.
So yeah, you need to make sure you get that client in your SalesBoomerang powered CRM. So they're a digital friend and you have a client for life, but you also got to have some words and you got to talk to them around, here's the value prop. I'm going to make sure that you get the best loan today to build wealth with real estate faster. I'm gonna help you make a smart decision. I'm gonna help you win the battle going on. Like, it's hard to get a house in escrow today. So you got to make that promise, but then you got to make, you know what? I'm going to be monitoring your loan, mortgages under management. I'm going to be managing that loan so that if a life event happens or rates change, anything happens that makes sense, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to anticipate your needs. I'm going to provide you with an annual review. So make that client for life promise at the point of sale, because here's the deal, guys. You will have better conversion,
Yes.
you know, because people will want to do the business. They'll look at you and you're like, you're not just I can close loan on time and I've got a competitive rate guy. You're the guy that like, that guy's going to manage my mortgage.
Yeah.
He's going to be my coach. He's going to be there. So trust me, every loan you're closing, if you are not making that client for life promise, and you can't just be empty words. It has to be like tangible,
Yeah. Backed by
obvious,
this.
visual,
Yeah.
$10,000 bars on the ground.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
And when it's not just suiting the LO, imagine
Yeah.
using a TCA on a quarterly basis for your book of business when there is no better option than the loan you put them in. So you could show them their loan then, the one that they're in now, and the one that they would be in if they were to change loans today. And unless there was a cash out refinance or something they wanted, you could say, you know what, look at this, you're still doing good.
You're the best
That
one.
loan I put you in is still the best situation
Excellent.
today.
I
So
love
it's
that.
not just for what, you know, when you need a loan,
Yes.
it's helping them realize, okay, I'm still in a good loan.
And what an amazing message to call your customer with and be like, hey, I just want you to know all those commercials, they're not for you.
That's right.
You are in the best loan. And so if you're not having the mentality that Dave and Catherine just talked about, you're not 100 grand bar, you're paycheck to paycheck bar.
That's right.
Okay. That's not what you want to be. Be 100 grand.
So real quick, someone, Aram, I hope I pronounced your name right, can't wait to get MC Enterprise at Movement. Aram, we have MC, MC, I was thinking Sales Boomerang.
Yeah.
So you
SalesBoomerang is
do
good.
have Sales Boomerang at Movement, and
We're working on
I'm
MC.
with you. I'm working it,
Yeah.
and
I love
hopefully
that. That's
someday.
how much synergy is between you two already.
Yeah.
You're already just thinking one and the same.
Yes.
There
we
is
have it.
so much synergy, although I do want to give you a little mortgage coach gift for Movement. If you go to mortgagecoach.com, and I'll put a link here below, Movement, we did create a microsite for y'all so that one, there's some content, you know, some valuable content. There's some, it makes it easy to sign up for
So
Mortgage
cool.
Coach, easy to learn up. So you do have a microsite, and I am with you. Someday it will happen. At least that's my goal.
Yes.
And I
Ready?
just shared a link in chat.
Awesome.
Okay, what do we have to? Oh, the now and laters.
Oh,
Gotta love the
yes.
now and laters.
Oh, I
That
love
would
it.
have kind of worked with my last little script,
It-
now and
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
It really.
But I'll think of something new.
I think that what comes to mind for me for this
Yeah.
is we have let's even go from the company side. All
Yeah.
right. We have a book of business now, and we need to make sure that that book of business returns to us later.
That's it.
But the way we do business today is obviously quickly evolving. And a lot of that comes through technology. And so consumer direct is still a big conversation to be had, and how to do that competitively. And again, not just, you know, the speed to lead, which is always the most critical piece of this, but how you're using the technology to keep that client later. So consumer direct teams, you know, there's a lot of sort of animosity still out there in the space. Who's getting these online leads for my company? You know, how do they get a lead out of my whole state? Hey, I'm licensed in Florida, even though I live in, you know, Idaho. I want
Yeah.
all the Florida leads, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, how do we sort of make this work together? And I think that there's still a lot of opportunity to collaborate now and later. And
Oh, I
so
love
while
that.
you, the LO, are getting the now, the CD team can be your later. Use those teams as a retention tool for you. Work with them. Largely, you know, likely if you are a successful LO, you just don't have time to call every sales boomerang lead, or you may not have time to regularly send those TCAs out. So, you know, y'all start to look at it at a company level. How do we work together to have, you know, that outreach support from the consumer direct team?
I think that's brilliant.
But here's, you want to do it now and later, or do you want me to? I got one.
I'll go for it, and then I got one. too.
Okay, so I have it now and later. So first of all, I do think what I said earlier, that you're pretty great value prop to do the low now, and then you're promising the later matters, like the annual review. I mean, nothing is more, well, no. Having the contact in a sales boomerang powered CRM is the single most important thing you can do for later, because you're gonna be able to anticipate the needs.
Yes.
Doing the actual annual review is second most important, but here's what the third most important is. This is a now or later strategy, which is delivering that mortgage review within 30 days of closing. So here's my push to everyone in listening to this call right now. First of all, when you close that loan, I want you to have the mentality that my job just started. Like,
Yes.
that just started. And you need to know that family's real estate goals. Is their goal to pay off the MI and lower their monthly payment? Is their goal to build up enough equity to buy that move up home? Is their goal to buy a second home? Is their goal to buy an investment property? So know what their later goal is, have that noted in their CRM. So you know what they need now, you closed it, and then provide that total cost analysis within 30 days of closing, showing the plan. Like, hey, you closed at this rate, that's column A. And if you made an extra $100 a month to prepay your mortgage, look how much faster you could pay off your MI. Or look at how much faster you could build up your equity to get that move up home. So always know what their later goal is. Like, you should be scheduling the next transaction at the point of sale. And I know you have a whole mission and a whole vision around that. So I don't know if you want to share that or you have another idea.
No, I could share that. I love what you both said. I mean, we could stop it there. But what you're talking about, Dave, you definitely need to have a now plan, right? You need to know what's happening now, what's happening in the market now, what's happening in the industry, what's happening with my team now.
I got another one.
You sure you're gonna remember it?
Yeah, I'll remember it.
Okay. And of course, you can't walk down the street for the rest of your life looking at your feet, because that's the now. Because you will bump into something, you will trip, you will fall, you will hurt yourself. So you have to look up. You have to look at what's coming. So you need a now and later plan. And what Dave is talking about is when we are going to be rolling out the ability to schedule the next loan up front. That is the best now and later scenario you can imagine. We're taking care of your loan now, but Mr. and Mrs. Borrower, there's a 99.9% chance this will not be your last loan. This may not be the best loan for you in the future. So we need to think about the later. As a matter of fact, I said this about Three Musketeers. I highly recommend all of you having these available too. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Borrower, when you work with us, we think about the now, we also think about the later, right? Sweet relationship. Don't be afraid to do fun things like that. You will be memorable. You want to be sticky? Be fun and creative, right? And so the later is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Borrower, we just did this loan for you. It is the best thing for you right now. But let's plan for later and let's schedule that loan now. And some of you may be thinking, how can we schedule something in the future like that? We don't know when they're going to need something. Well, you're not scheduling a date. You're not saying June 1st, 2025, we're doing a loan. That would be incredibly amazing. And you will probably own all the islands in the world if you could do that. But what you can schedule is based on what their needs are. We talked about this earlier. So think about it like this. And if many of you have heard me speak about this, you may have heard this before. Think about it like your mechanic. When you go to your mechanic and they change your oil, they don't say come back on June 1st. They say come back after 10,000 miles, after 5,000 miles. That's not a date, that's an event. So you can schedule it based on the event. When we can save you $300 a month, we're going to do that for you. When we can, you told us you want to buy an investment property. When you have $50,000 in cash, tappable cash available in your home, we are going to be doing that loan for you so you can buy an investment property. You can schedule based on the needs, the wants, the desires of your client. And that's how you make your business now and think about it later.
Boom. So guys, I'm going to throw one more now and later strategy at you. And this is number 8 in the 2020 lead conversion playbook. And it reads, position yourself as a market expert who can help with a rate lock strategy. So here's the deal, guys. What are the rates today, now? And what are they going to be in the future? I'm not expecting you to be able to forecast that, but I am expecting you guys, and part of optimizing your lead conversion is position yourself as I'm the market expert.
Yes.
You know what? I am studying the market. I subscribe to solutions like the Mortgage Coach Rate Watch solution. In fact, when you look at this, it's a whole script with Tony Blodgett talking about downloading the app, how he shows them, hey, I'm not watching rates daily, I'm watching rates hourly. And he picks up his Mortgage Coach Rate Watch. I'll pick it up in a minute. And he's able to show them that, you know what, I've got your back. I'm going to be monitoring your rate. I'm going to be helping you navigate the best rate lock strategy. And when there's midday rate changes, I'm going to be there for you. So I can help you now. Let's lock it in.
Love it.
And I can help you later. But guys, if you're on this and you're a Mortgage Coach member and you do not have the Rate Watch app downloaded and ready to go, you're losing money. And if you're not a mortgage coach, guys, we put a link in chat, get a demo, sign up for Mortgage Coach today. Make sure you have the total cost analysis, so you're giving the right presentation. Make sure you have Rate Watch, so you can be a now and later expert, market expert, number 8.
I love it. I love it. And I'll throw another now and later organization that helps you be there for your customer now and later. HomeBot is another great partner. If we're talking about conversion tools, it's another great partner to have for now and later, giving your consumer the ability to see their markets change, the equity change, and so that you can get with them now, offer the value now, and then of course, drive a value for them later. So now and laters, guys, you guys are buying 3 musketeers for your office and you're buying now and laters. Use these props to prompt great conversations with your borrowers.
Love
What do
it.
we
What's
got?
next?
Diving in.
By the way, guys, we're in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and look for questions, make sure any questions that come in we have.
Oh, he may eat
my
this.
bad
He
thing.
may eat this
So
before.
in all confessions, I don't eat candy very often anymore,
Yeah.
but when I was a young lad and I did eat candy.
Oh, you're,
God.
How can this is one of the best, right?
this is one of the best.
I'm gonna let you take it first,
All right,
but I like butter. And by the way, don't be a butterfinger.
that's it.
You know, guys,
That's the
Speed the
whole
lead.
point.
stay the lead, know their hopes and dreams.
Yes.
Give them a total cost analysis,
Yeah.
be a market expert, put it into Boomerang. What else?
That's it. Like, don't be butterfingers. Don't let deals slip through your hands, right? Don't let opportunities slip through your hands. Be right there for them. Do not be butterfingers with your relationships. That's with agents, that's with borrowers, that's with your teammates. Don't be butterfingers. Don't drop the ball. Goodness gracious. I saw Josh, we were on stage together with him at Accelerate, and he said, what, 40% of all leads don't even get answered? Don't get answered.
Don't be a butterfinger.
Don't be a butterfinger. When somebody calls you and says they're interested in a loan, don't be a butterfinger. Get back to them right away. Stop everything. Get somebody on your team, your LOA, someone. Make it an initiative that anyone that ever reaches out to you, you get back to them the same day. Don't be a butterfinger.
I agree with the butterfinger on the same day. That's like egregious. If
Yeah.
an LO is literally getting called and not replying, that's like egregious. I
Yeah.
don't even know what to say to that, right? We definitely have some very strong coaching to go through. But it is just as big of a butterfinger when the client has exuded some type of mortgage behavior. And that's largely what these alerts are showing you, right? The mortgage behavior may be that they took on a lot of debt and you call and say, hey, look, how you doing? You want to go through some free quotes? You don't need to necessarily say, it looks like your credit card debt went up.
Yeah.
And they can say, oh, I'm doing great. We remodeled the backyard and it's beautiful. And, oh, okay, did you use home equity to do that? Did you go get a home equity line? Well, no, actually, I didn't think about that. We just have, actually, we kind of have a lot of credit card debt right now. How about I give you either a home equity line, which is sort of saving you from having to get them out of that low rate, or, do a full cash out refinance, whatever the TCA says makes sense.
Yeah.
And so, it is, a little bit harder sometimes to make the reach and make it make sense for your client. But any trigger you get at all that your client has done some behavior that, warrants a mortgage conversation is a true butterfinger if you don't at least
I love
try.
that.
Just try.
Love that.
So guys, here's
Soundbite.
a butterfinger, and I know a lot of you guys are butterfingers here. Because I know some of America's most successful loan officers, and I interview them, and they're like, oh, I'm not doing that enough, or I didn't do that this week. You know what the biggest butterfinger mistake right now that many loan officers are making, guys? You're not consistently calling your pre-approvals at least weekly or bi-weekly. And guys, you're not having compelling conversations consistently enough. So I want you right now to think about how many people you have in your pre-approval funnel. These are people that are TBDs. And I want to make sure that one, they're digital friends, they're in your SalesBoomerang powered CRM. I want to make sure that you're requalifying. I'm pretty sure anybody that watches the Mortgage Coach YouTube channel by now, you have gone back and pre-qualified your funnel. Because in today's market, with the news that's coming out, it's changing. It's never been more important that you stay in touch with that pre-approval funnel. And one of the beauties are, if you did give a total cost analysis to that consumer, it's really simple. You can just sometimes text them or email them, say, hey, I updated your total cost analysis with the most recent rates. Click, go check it. So guys, I want everybody to audit. How are you keeping in touch And by the way, it's not just about keeping in touch, it's adding value.
Yes.
Are you adding value to that pre-approval funnel? Are you putting it in all the right places?
Get
And
sticky.
are you having the right conversations? Are you delivering all the best practices? That is number 9 in the Mortgage Coach lead conversion playbook.
And I cannot, I'm so glad you said this, because
Mhm.
earlier I talked about how great the marketing automation can be to put them off on a journey that sort of helps lift the conversation and keeps you a little closer to the borrower when you don't have the time to make those regular calls. But when LOs come to me and say, could you send one a little more frequently? Could you change this words in this? Could you make this blue? Could you make this orange? Guys, nothing's more powerful than the conversation between you and the LO.
Yeah.
You don't even kid yourself that they're opening every single, general
Yeah,
communication that we're doing largely to keep in touch. Those preset journeys are not talking about current market data, and it's not talking about the specific address and what could be going on in a competitive environment in that particular neighborhood or region. So there is nothing more powerful than that. The marketing automation is the lift, but you are the power.
The
Boom.
face to face, or the belly to belly, the conversation.
Yes.
Was there any
The
questions?
art
by the
The
way?
and
Zoom.
science.
Just
Well,
do a Zoom.
before we do that,
Yeah.
let's see what Candy you grab next. If you
Okay.
don't grab the next one, I'm gonna make you go back because there's one that we gotta get to.
Oh,
So let's see if she
all right.
gets it.
Let's see if she gets it.
Just-
No, we need the hot
Oh, yeah.
Hot tamale. Guys, you gotta be the hot tamale. Yeah, you gotta be the hot tamale. You need to make your competition look bad. You need to be so good at
Set
the
a new
point of
standard.
sale
Yeah.
that you were the hot tamale. You gotta be fast, speed to lead. You gotta ask great questions. You gotta deliver that mortgage coach total cost analysis. You need to be able to anticipate people's needs. And here's the other thing, guys, we're in a rate shopping war out there.
Yeah,
When rates go up, every consumer's shopping.
yes.
If they just say the word mortgage in their house, every time they go on social media, every time they touch their computer, they're
Yeah.
omni shopping. Like, even people who don't want to rate shop are rate shopping.
Yeah.
So how do you optimize conversion? You do the hot tamale. So we had to get to that one.
I
couldn't
love
miss
this.
it.
Be the hottest.
I love this because, the way you are perceived, going back to the digital experience, where people start to look you up, either they are getting the emails from you somewhat regularly. Let's say, we send them out a couple of times a month, regardless of their situation, or they've heard about you, or they're just searching. Okay. Be the hot tamale looking better than your competitors, because it's not just getting those 5-star reviews, right? Those are very critical, making sure that you
Yes.
get actual Google reviews, not just Facebook reviews, not just Experience or Trustpilot reviews. Google reviews are very critical. In most of these tools, certainly in experience.com, you can reply to those comments. This is how people that are searching you hear your personality, hear what you do for them. So the borrower is saying how they feel. And today, borrowers don't trust anyone more than other borrowers. Google, in fact, trusts your website based on how much other people trust your website. That's an NPS score, right? Your Net Promoter Score. It's just, you can have a Net Promoter Score, just you, a social score. So, when somebody says anything good, especially if someone says anything bad, but when someone says anything good, reply to them so they can see, God, this guy really cares. He's like, I can't tell you how much I'm so glad that you actually got that garage you've been looking for in a home.
Oh.
Glad I could help you. It's like, oh, that person really helped that person. If there's a negative review, I just want to say one thing about this. Do not lose the opportunity to say something,
Yes.
even if it is your fault, because there's a lot of cray-cray people out there. Everybody knows there's cray-cray people. Don't go losing your mind that you got some kind of half negative or very negative review. You can say, I'm sorry, that there was a miscommunication here. Please call me so I can continue to answer any questions.
Yes.
Oftentimes it's their perception and it's wrong. So you
Yes.
could say, oh, I understand how you see it. Let me clarify this for you. Call me, right? And leave your number, leave your phone number right in that
Yes.
reply. And that way, when people are researching you, they're like, this dude is on it, or chick.
Love-
Being
yeah,
the
I love
hot
it.
tamale. So guys, I
Yeah.
want to make sure we hit a couple questions.
Yeah,
So first of all, this will be available on the SalesBoomerang YouTube channel and the Mortgage Coach YouTube channel. So we're going to make sure this is on all social media. We're even going to push it into the Mortgage Coach Facebook group. So stay tuned for that. Yes, I will be at the Cross Country Sales Rally speaking with Jeremy Forcier. So it's going to be amazing. So Jeff, can't wait to see you. Make sure you come up and say hi to me. And then, of course, I love this. Which one of you came up with the candy idea? Pour this person a good bourbon. right?
I guess I gotta start drinking.
We can roll right into bourbon and BS right
Yeah,
here.
right, right into it.
Roll
So
right.
yeah, Alex's idea, you know, I loved it. It is kind of funny. So the person made some notes for us. They had candy.
Yeah.
They had ideas.
We ditched the notes.
We did-
We need to give them a bourbon too.
Yeah.
They need a bourbon too, because we
Yes.
did definitely follow the script.
Yes.
But I know I'm having fun.
This is totally
Awesome.
fun.
Looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
Right on. So guys, we're in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I would love to know if someone got a best takeaway, because we're gonna
yeah,
be rewriting this lead conversion playbook. And if there was something, you know what? That helps me.
yes.
You know, like, I want to know what notes you took and what was your number one idea from the conversation, because that could impact when we create this lead conversion playbook, where we put the most love and
Yeah,
how we rank those things. So let us know what your best idea was.
yeah,
And you got 4 minutes to ask a question, or, you know, I guess you could put that. I think if someone puts it in chat, like if you're watching
Yeah.
the recording in YouTube and you have a question,
yeah,
we'll monitor that. We'll
Yeah.
get your questions.
yeah.
But
We'll
we
do what
would-
Catherine suggested. We will look.
Hopes, dreams, goals. Thank you, Jeffrey.
That's awesome.
Schedule the demo. Boom.
Boom.
Already use a mortgage coach. We
Love
love
it.
that.
Was there anything up higher? No questions
ah,
above?
I think there are, but oh, we got another one hot off the pass. I need to
Reinforce my
My-
communication with the
and
Dylan.
and Dylan, I've interviewed Jeremy Forcier on this topic multiple times, and I've interviewed lots of loan officers on this topic. You're always gonna have to remind them, guys.
Yes.
You know, and think about it, they're realtors. You know, that first of all, they don't do that many transactions. So there's time between each transaction, and they're busy. I mean, every home is solving countless problems. So don't expect them to remember how to refer you.
Yeah,
Expect that you're gonna have to retrain them, write up, like, I personally like when I get a good referral, I want it thoughtfully email connection. So it's like, it's kind of like, if they didn't return my call or my email, it's like they didn't return the call or email of this trusted friend or advisor. So that email connection is great, but I just want to remind you, you're gonna have to remind your realtors for life how to properly refer you. And trust me, guys, speed to lead is critical in consumer direct. It's also critical in local referral-based referrals,
yes.
but how you are referred matters significantly to your conversion.
But I also think you want to give your agent a reason to refer all their business to you. Like, think about, what can I do to make myself the most important referral partner to my agent? And not just once in a while, remember to use me. You want to give them the reasons. And we have an entire playbook. We don't have time to get into it. But again, we have, and I think Nicole, she's sitting in the background, I think we have some webinars recorded on the playbook, correct? Yeah, we have some webinars that we can get over to you, a whole playbook on how to make yourself an exclusive partner to your agents, where everything comes to you, or at least you are the first option for any referrals that they have out there.
So guys, right now, Three Musketeers just got 2 votes.
Nice.
Love the Three Musketeer idea. By the way, there were like 3 ideas within the Three Musketeer idea.
Yeah,
Will be using it at my next goodie bag drop
Yeah.
for agents during open houses.
yes,
And then Sheila,
yeah.
yeah, Sheila,
She said,
same.
yeah,
saying, so
Awesome.
good, man. Hey, guys, we are getting close to wrapping this up, so we're gonna go rapid fire with big takeaways.
yeah,
But thank you for your time and attention.
yes.
Rapid fire, what do you got?
I love this whole thing. I think the next time we should pretty much eat the candy as we're talking
I was thinking
about
the
it.
same thing. Yes.
right?
Okay.
We
Next
gotta
time,
do
yeah.
it.
we're-
It's gonna be like chewy, but it's gonna be so much fun. I think in general, I hope this stuck with you. So my biggest takeaway is, I think this is a fun way to learn, and remember,
Sweet way to learn.
sweet way to learn.
Sweet.
So
So
if
sweet.
if you use these concepts and use these cues, I mean, really, you guys just have a leg up. And the changes that are coming, all of this information, all of these tactics, put them to use, right? Information without use of that information is just good trivia.
Your closing thought.
Quickly just say that really the conversation going forward is about the customer experience. What sort of experience is that client getting from you? That's how you get that realtor to give you all your business.
Yes.
Let me show you what they get. Let me show you the output we have. Let me show you the journeys and automation that we can co-market on. So that customer experience needs to be a high conversation with your partners.
Love it.
So my closing thought, guys, is consistency. You know, go back, listen to this, go to that lead conversion playbook, and think about how consistent, like, as you're going through all these strategies, going on a scale of 1 to 5, how consistent am I in implementing that best practice? Nothing is more important than consistency. If you are watching this on one of our YouTube channels, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you if you got value from this, give us a like and share this with your mortgage friends, guys. We want to add value and we want to
I'm gonna
be
put
the
a cherry.
sweetest thing for you guys.
I'm gonna put a cherry on top of that sweet ending that you just gave. This is the cherry. When your agent refers business to you and you get all the refi that comes from that, if you get all the refi, that person will purchase another home. And if you get the refi, you refer that business right back to your agent when it's purchase time. So that's a little cherry on top.
And that is the sweetest thing
That
when
is.
you give a lead and a
Yes.
loan to realtors.
Yes,
We're gonna do a call on tomorrow, on
Yeah.
Friday. Alex and I are gonna be interviewing a mortgage professional on how he is getting realtors to give their database to him.
yes,
And guys, that is the sweetest thing.
Yes.
A realtor says, you know what? My database is better off in your database
Oh.
because it's powered by SalesBoomerang. It's powered by Mortgage Coach Presentation. That is the sweetest thing. Check us out tomorrow
Yeah.
at 9 o'clock.
thanks, everyone.
Thank you.